Now, how's it going there, peeps? My name is Jared Gems and you are tuning in to the channel of everything Gems TV. And this is actually another very different kind of video that I'm gonna do today because as you all know, I've been making videos for quite a while now for my 3 years live in my YouTube career, and you have actually been noticed that I've been making a video all about announcements. So my new real announcement is many videos about announcements. Today I have something important that I'm gonna announce you today. Well, yeah, that's kind of embarrassing. So today is gonna be different because it's not an announcement video. Yay! Today is going to be different because we're gonna talk about tutorials. This video is all about tutorials. Yeah, tutorials. Now, last week, I have actually uploaded a new video, which is the first short film that I have uploaded in YouTube, which is entitled The Favor. So The Favor is actually a short action and a parkour film. So it's been directed by yours truly, and it's actually acted also by my brother Josh Hamara, and as well as by my friend that I've known for quite a while now, which is named James Lord Verdudazzo. So he's actually an experienced freerunner as well as a parkour. So we've been making this for 3 days, and for just no budget, we're using only this camera that I've been using for quite a while, which is my Canon EOS 1100D, as well as my monopod, which is a Benro 8820, something like that, and as well as we have no audio equipment. So yeah, it's just a low budget filmmaking. So we have achieved this kind of thing, which is we're actually happy to achieve this kind of film. So yeah, if you haven't watched this short film, you can go in the link in the description below down here in this video, so you can watch it first because there's going to be a spoiler alert, or you can check it over here in the annotation because again, it's a spoiler alert. This video is all about the short film, so I suggest you pause the video and go back to you can click on this annotation and also the link and go watch it, and after that you go back here because I promise it's all about, yeah, spoilers. Now, as you all see on the short film, if you already watch it, you actually see a lot, almost all of the sequence is actually Josh and James Lord running into each other. Why, might you ask? Yes, they are actually chasing to each other just for the Dorito and a Mountain Dew. Well, it's actually kind of stupid to have that kind of concept. But anyways, if you can all see, they're actually doing some free running stuff. They're running to each other. Or in short, they're actually chasing to each other. So this is going to be our topic for today because we're going to talk about chase scene. What is a chase scene and how? We're going to talk about how can we do a chase scene because yeah, it's a tutorial video about the film.
Bang, bang, bang. Let's go!
So what is a chase scene and why is there a chase scene? Now basically, chase scene is actually a part of an action movie which entails a protagonist and antagonist running to each other or chasing to each other by a form of running, by a form of bike, or by a form of motorcycle or something like that. That is actually pertains to chasing to each other. This is actually the part of the action movie where the thrill happens. You know, this is actually where the part where the thrill happens, all the excitement, all the adrenaline rush. This will happen on the chase scene. Hollywood actually almost do a lot of chase scene in their action movies because they know that people love chase scenes. And Hollywood wants to make a lot of money, so there you go. They make a chase scene for people so they can watch it, and ratings go up. They became famous, and they became Illuminati. Wait, what? But anyways, yeah, that's actually what is a chase scene will actually be. Always remember that without a chase scene, but there is a fight scene on an action movie. Without a chase scene on an action movie, it will be all useless. Now, how can we do a chase scene? It actually depends on the concept and the style that you are actually having in, and also the kind of screenplay that you're actually writing in a kind of action movie that you're having in. Chase scene can always be difficult, and sometimes it can always be easy, depending on the concept and as well as depending on the style that you're actually having in your movie. Before you make a chase scene, always remember that you must practice precaution and always be safe at all times, because you don't know what will happen next. You have to expect the unexpected, because chasing can be a very dangerous part of a short film. Except from the fight scene, chasing can also be dangerous, especially when you're having a free running, you're having this kind of parkour, and as well as there will be more dangerous if you're actually using vehicles to actually use a chase scene. So you must practice precaution. Don't ever be an idiot. Even though that you have a cast which is a very higher than a professional stuntman, you still have to practice precaution at all times. Now I'm gonna give you some tips on how to make a fight scene and how can you achieve a very great fight scene like those Hollywood films that is having right now. But yeah, making fight scene again is depending on your depending on the concept, as well as depending on your style of what you really have. Now, number one, you practice first. Always remember to practice before you do a chase scene, because you have to practice precaution, actually also to practice safety, because you don't know what will happen next. You have to expect the unexpected. Maybe if you're having already the location of your set, you already have the location of the set, you have to practice first the scene of where they're going to jump, or going to run, where they're going to roll, and something like that. And you must also be prepared of what will happen, especially that you actually don't know the location that you're having in, you don't know what will have there, so you have to actually be aware of what is in that kind of locations, as well as you have to do the exercise and warm up before you do the chase scene, because again, you have to practice precaution. Now, number two, have sections. Sections can be a very important part of the chasing, especially when you prep for the chasing. So what is a section? Section is actually a guide where you, especially when you're having a multi-cam shots or having as many angles, as a section is actually a part of the scene which divides your scene into many sections that guides you of where you're going to start the shot and where you're going to end the shot, and we're going to cut it and we're going to start it again in a different angle, and you're going to stop it again in a different angle. For example, you have the section 1 of the scene, which I actually have for my short film, which is the playground scene. So the first scene, James Lord runs towards the monkey bars. So that will be the whole section. The first section will be the monkey bars. So the first angle was actually James Lord having that. So I shot the whole angle with a moving slider shot until he jumps off. That will be the first angle of the shot. So again, if you're gonna stop it, only on the monkey bar. So in the second angle, there will be a top shot where actually James Lord and Josh are going to chase each other, which is the top or the aerial shot of the monkey bars. So that will be the first section. Now, if you really get my point, sections actually gives you a guide where you can start your angle and as well as getting end of your angle, and then swap another angle of that section to achieve that multi-cam shot, which I also have in my film. So that's actually what section works. So section is actually very important when you're making a fights, also fight scene as well as chase scene. Now, tip number 3, shaky cam. Shaky cam can be a love it or hate it situation kind of thing, because sometimes some people actually don't love the shaky cam effect, and some other people also love it. But for me, in my opinion, I really love the shaky cam effect because it gives you more drama. It also gives you a more thrill of excitement when you're actually seeing and you're actually watching a movie as well as this kind of chase scene. Especially when you're shooting also a chase scene, shaky cam can be a very wonderful option when you're shooting that kind of cinematography type of thing. But you have to remember and to bear in mind, when you're shooting a shaky cam, you must always remember to never shake your camera too much, because you don't really want your audience to vomit to get get high. Tip number 4, have as many angles. I didn't really want to say that you have to have a lot of angles as possible, but maybe 3 or 4 can be a very wonderful and a very good type, a very wonderful choice of having as many angles as possible, because having this kind of many angles gives you a more professional look when you're also filming a chase scene. So yeah, having as many angles as possible gives you more professional look. You can trick your people that you're actually having a lot of angles. So yeah, having many angles can be a very wonderful thing to remember. Sometimes it can also be optional depending on your style, and also depending on your depending on your concept of your film. But yeah, having as many angles can be a very wonderful thing because it gives you more professional looking, because there are like a lot of people doing like that. Yeah. Tip number 5. Have as less stable and locked footage as possible, because sometimes if you're actually having a shot with only just a tripod, lock on a tripod, and they're actually running, you don't really have to move the camera. It makes your scene boring. So you have to have a lot of moving shots as possible as you can to actually sell this effect that they are really actually running to each other. You have to remember to have a less locked footage and a tripod, and go and run also for yourself to have a very wonderful moving shot. I also have a part of my scene that I have a lock on a tripod type of thing, because I really want to emphasize the you know, the thing where Josh is going to be tricked by James Stord. James Stord jumped first to the wall, and then he goes back hiding to the wall, and Josh actually jumps and he looks for James Stord, and James Stord actually jumps back to the stage and go and run for himself. So that's, I actually shot this only with my tripod and my camera locked into place, because I want to emphasize the trick and as well as to emphasize the comedy that they're actually having. And it only depends on it depends on your screenplay, as well as it depends on the concept and style again of your film that you're actually having in. So tip number 6, sound. Sound is your friend. Sound is your very best friend in the whole set, especially when I don't really have this kind of equipment when I'm actually filming. You know, if I don't actually have the kind of audio equipments, I really have an alternate plan for that. My Canon EOS 1100D has a very good inbuilt microphone quality. It's very good, it's very awesome, because if believe it or not, almost all of the sound, Foley's, as well as the dialogue that I have in my scene is actually shot only in an inbuilt camera in my Canon EOS 1100D. I don't have any audio bad boys, audio equipment, something like that. I don't have any microphone, something like that, because I'm just really a poor kid. I only have the monopod that I have, and as well as I have this camera. So what I did is just I put my camera down with a monopod, just like a boom pole kind of thing, and my camera actually acts as a microphone. So it's kind of weird to actually do this kind of thing when you're actually shooting this kind of scene where it's kind of weird when people actually look at you and what is he doing, what is he shooting, because they actually don't know that I'm really recording a Foley. So the kind of technique is a very wonderful and a very smartest thing that I've done in my life ever since, because it's really a very wonderful hacks when you're actually also recording audio without an audio equipment. So yeah, sound is a very wonderful sound. You must remember to have a sound and a lot of scene, not only in a chase scene but also for your film, because sound is really your best friend. Remember that. Also, when you record a Foley, always remember to have as many Foley as possible especially when you're filming a chase scene. Fight scene can also be a lot of Foleys, but also chase scene can also have a lot of Foleys too. So you have to remember to record as many Foleys as possible, have a lot of sound effect, record each part of the scene where they are actually having in, and then always have a microphone with you to follow them, to have the Foley record in the sound effects, so that you can actually have a very lively and a very lively kind of film, a kind of chase scene that you actually have, because a video without sound and a video with a poor audio can be a very worst film ever. You have to remember that. Tip number 7, the last tip. You have to be creative, be creative, be creative. What? So there you have it. Those were actually 7 tips. I thought it was 8, but actually there were 7 tips on how to achieve a very good and how to make a chase scene. So again, this all are opinions. They're not actually, if you're actually want to judge, go and judge. I want to hear your comments, negative comments, but I don't really care. Again, it's only my opinion, and I hope I helped you guys into achieving this kind of thing. So yeah, there you have it. 7 tips and making a chase scene. Okay, as always, you can follow me on Instagram at JaredJams, and as well as you can also follow me on Twitter at JaredJams. Yeah, JaredJams. Their own little JaredJams. Who cares? And also, you can also add me on my Facebook, which is Gerard Valias Hamoram. That's actually my name. But all the links will be on the description below on all my accounts. You can see it right now over there. So if you really want to ask questions, ask anything you really want to say to me, just ask me on the Twitter account. Just go and tag my name at JaredJams and go ask me anything you really want. Now, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope I helped you again. I hope you learned something from this. I hope you like this video. So if you do like this video, comment. If you want to comment, just ask anything you want to ask. I'm always free to answer your questions, and as well as subscribe to our channel to stay tuned for more videos about Jams TV, for more shorts, for more covers, for more everything, because Jams TV could always be a channel of everything. So yeah, subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to our channel for more filmmaking ideas and tutorials and everything like that. So and I'll hope you see you next time. Thank you very much, guys, and yeah, God bless you all. Pointy. So the point is at pointy. La 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 la.